Review of Black Bag 2025. Introduction. Black Bag 2025 is a gripping drama thriller infused with a haunting romantic core, directed with clinical precision and emotional depth. The film stars Catherine Woodhouse as the complex and enigmatic protagonist, an elite intelligence officer accused of betraying her country. At the heart of the film lies a deeply personal conflict: love versus duty, loyalty to the nation versus loyalty to one's spouse. Through an intricate, high-stakes plot, Black Bag invites the viewer to navigate the perilous world of espionage where truth is elusive and betrayal lurks in every shadow. Running for 1 hour and 33 minutes, the film maintains an intense pace, drawing the audience deeper into a web of lies, mistrust, and personal anguish. With standout performances and a tightly written script, Black Bag does more than entertain. It challenges its viewers to reflect on questions of morality, patriotism, and the fragility of trust in intimate relationships. Plot overview. The story unfolds in Washington, D.C. amid the turmoil of an exposed spy ring that has infiltrated the highest levels of the intelligence community. Catherine Woodhouse, a celebrated operative with a spotless record, is abruptly arrested during a classified operation. Accused of leaking top-secret information to a foreign power, Catherine is branded a traitor overnight. Her husband, Thomas Woodhouse, a seasoned CIA analyst and field agent nearing retirement, is blindsided. Torn between his professional instincts and the woman he has shared his life with, Thomas is thrown into a psychological storm. As the government builds a case against Catherine, Thomas begins his own parallel investigation, hoping to uncover the truth and perhaps clear her name. As Thomas digs deeper, he finds that the truth is not black and white. Evidence against Catherine is compelling, yet something doesn't add up. Surveillance footage, intercepted communications, and Catherine's unexplained trips abroad all point to her guilt. But Thomas knows her better than anyone, or so he thinks. Catherine, while in custody, claims innocence. She maintains that she was framed by a rogue faction within the agency, one with its own secret agenda. The film then shifts gears, blending flashbacks with real-time action. We see glimpses of Catherine's past missions, her relationship with Thomas, and subtle red flags that now take on new meaning. Themes and motifs. 1. Patriotism versus personal loyalty. At its core, Black Bag explores the devastating cost of choosing between one's duty to country and love for another. Thomas, as a patriot, has spent his life serving his country, risking everything to protect national security. But now the enemy may be his wife. The film forces him and the audience to grapple with what it means to be loyal. Is patriotism defined by blind obedience or by the pursuit of justice even when justice contradicts orders from above? Thomas's internal struggle is portrayed with haunting realism. Each decision he makes comes with profound consequences, both personal and political. 2. Trust and betrayal. The most profound wounds in the film are not physical, they're emotional. Black Bag peels back the layers of marriage under the pressure of suspicion. When trust is broken, can it ever be restored? Thomas's journey is one of uncovering not only the truth behind the allegations but also the hidden parts of Catherine's identity that she never shared. 3. The nature of truth. Truth in Black Bag is mutable, fragmented, and constantly shifting. The film avoids clear-cut villains and heroes. Every character seems to wear a mask. Catherine's innocence or guilt is never certain until the final act. Even then, the ambiguity lingers. It's not a story about knowing the full truth, it's about surviving in a world where truth is weaponized. Character analysis. Catherine Woodhouse. Catherine is portrayed as fiercely intelligent, calculated, and emotionally guarded. Her character walks a fine line between vulnerability and strength. As the accusations mount, her calm demeanor begins to crack, revealing layers of past trauma, ideological disillusionment, and a deep sense of betrayal, not by Thomas, but by the very institution she served. Her love for Thomas is never in doubt, but her loyalty to the agency is complex. Through subtle dialogue and flashbacks, we learn that Catherine once believed in the ideals of the agency. Over time, her faith eroded. When she began questioning the integrity of her superiors, she became expendable. Her story is a tragic reflection of a patriot devoured by the very system she fought to protect. Thomas Woodhouse. Thomas is the emotional anchor of the film. A man of principle, logic, and quiet intensity, he faces the ultimate existential crisis. His portrayal is layered: pain, guilt, fear, and love all interwoven into a single performance. We see him retrace Catherine's steps, visit old contacts, decode encrypted messages, and confront former allies. His character arc is not about becoming a hero. It's about becoming human. He makes mistakes, misjudges people, and falls apart. But his unwavering desire to uncover the truth redeems him. Direction and cinematography. The direction by an unnamed filmmaker is sharp and minimalist. The use of close-ups and tight framing during interrogation scenes creates a claustrophobic atmosphere. The camera lingers on expressions, inviting the viewer to search for truth in the character's eyes. Color plays a critical role. The palette shifts from warm tones in flashbacks to cold blues and grays in the present, symbolizing the shift from intimacy to suspicion. Surveillance footage is grainy and desaturated, adding to the realism and tension. Nighttime scenes dominate the film, reinforcing the themes of darkness and secrecy. The use of mirrors, shadows, and reflections further blurs the lines between appearance and reality. Editing and pacing. With a runtime of 93 minutes, Black Bag wastes no time. The editing is taut and efficient, with seamless transitions between past and present. Flashbacks are not overused, instead, they're carefully placed to reveal critical information at just the right moments. The film's pacing is like a slow-burning fuse. The first act sets the stage. The second act complicates everything. The third act explodes with revelations, emotional confrontations, and a powerful climax. Dialogue and soundtrack. The script is dialogue-heavy but never preachy. Conversations feel real, intense, emotionally charged, and filled with subtext. One particularly powerful scene features Thomas confronting Catherine in a private holding room. The dialogue is sparse, yet devastating. The soundtrack is subtle, favoring ambient soundscapes over overt melodies. When music is used, it's often diegetic classical pieces playing from a radio, jazz at a bar, or strings during moments of introspection. This understated approach enhances the realism and emotional impact. The final act, twist and resolution. In the final 20 minutes, the plot reaches a fever pitch. Thomas uncovers a covert off-the-books CIA program called Operation Smoke Curtain involving unauthorized black ops missions in Eastern Europe. Catherine had stumbled upon evidence of illegal rendition and torture facilities. Her supposed betrayal was, in fact, an attempt to leak this information anonymously. However, the leak was intercepted. The agency, unwilling to risk exposure, chose to frame Catherine as a rogue agent to protect its own. The real traitor was Richard Elson, Catherine's former handler, who sold secrets to foreign actors while using Catherine's access as a cover. In a desperate final confrontation at a safe house, Thomas confronts Elson. A shootout ensues. Thomas is injured, Elson is killed, and Catherine narrowly escapes capture with the help of a journalist who had been aiding her from the shadows. The film ends not with triumphant vindication but with painful ambiguity. Catherine is cleared of charges but must disappear. Her name cannot be restored publicly. Thomas resigns from the agency. In the final scene, they meet briefly at a train station. No words are exchanged. A glance. A nod. Then Catherine disappears into the crowd. Cinematic influences and comparisons. Black Bag draws inspiration from espionage classics like Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, The Lives of Others, and The Constant Gardener. It avoids bombastic action in favor of psychological suspense and slow-building dread. Viewers expecting explosions and car chases may be disappointed. But those looking for layered storytelling, complex characters, and moral ambiguity will find much to admire. Strengths. Emotional depth. The emotional stakes are high and handled with maturity. The relationship between Thomas and Catherine feels real, flawed, and profoundly human. Complex characters, both leads are fully developed with motivations and inner conflicts that drive the narrative. Atmosphere. The mood of the film is immersive with cinematography and music working in harmony to maintain suspense. Writing. The dialogue is intelligent, nuanced, and often poetic in its restraint. Weaknesses. Lack of backstory for side characters, some supporting roles, especially within the intelligence agency, are underdeveloped. Ambiguity may frustrate some viewers, the lack of a clear-cut resolution may not appeal to everyone. Low on action. For a thriller, the film is more cerebral than kinetic, which could deter audiences seeking more excitement. Critical and audience reception. Hypothetical. If Black Bag were released broadly, it would likely garner critical praise for its performances, script, and thematic boldness. Critics would applaud its refusal to simplify complex moral issues. However, general audiences might be divided. While some will appreciate the film's thoughtfulness, others might find it too slow or ambiguous. Conclusion. Black Bag is a powerful, emotionally intelligent film that examines the dark intersections of love, trust, patriotism, and betrayal. Through its haunting performances and morally murky plot, it delivers a cinematic experience that lingers long after the credits roll. Rather than offering easy answers, it asks hard questions. What would you do if the person you love most is accused of the worst kind of betrayal? How do you know where loyalty ends and complicity begins? And can love survive the secrets we hide from each other? In the world of Black Bag, nothing is certain, no one is safe, and every truth comes with a cost. It's not just a spy thriller, it's a love story wrapped in a tragedy, a warning, and a mirror.